Ted,
We're
what
here.
are you searching? What's the theme for the week?
I just need some looping visuals that aren't super trippy, which, believe it or not, is hard to find.
Very hard to find. Oh, there you go. A little lava lamp.
Oh,
Oh, there you
Oh.
go. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. There you go.
clicked on this one by
Hey.
accident.
I was just in New Zealand. Put up Gandalf. Come on. There it is. There it is.
That makes it look like he's doing weird things to my brain.
He's doing little magical powers. Hello and welcome back to the Side Escape Gaming Podcast, episode 150. I'm your host, Jake Burke, and I'm joined, as always, by James St. Charles and Ted Libby.
I got something in my eye.
What's in your eye, big dog?
Ted's
I don't
something in
know.
his eye, Libby.
But enough about Ted's eye, because this is the 150th episode of the Side Escape Gaming Podcast, where once a week we just go over to 500 miles to talk about a gaming-related topic and what games we are playing. Every week the show goes live on YouTube.com, SoundCloud, and Spotify on Fridays. Fridays. Not Mondays anymore, kids. We don't start your week, we end it. This week, for episode 150, we're talking about something very special. We're going to try to come up with our 10 games we recommend list. But before we do that, Ted, I got a great little news story, primarily just for you. Okay? IGN put up their release, or their review of the new Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3's campaign. Very bad, apparently. People are very unhappy.
I'm sad.
James is sad.
Yeah, I love the other one. That was really good.
And what do people do now, James, when they're toxic and they're a fandom? They don't like something. They
They
review bomb it.
bomb.
They review
Yeah.
bomb it.
Oh,
And so
okay.
a bunch of angry Call of Duty fans are review bombing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. That being said, Ted, they're not review bombing the right Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. They're bombing 2011's Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, not to be confused with 2023's Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3.
Also a mediocre game, but still.
But how perfect is that?
It's funny.
Why name something the same
That's
thing?
that's the
That
best
speaks-
way to not get review bombed.
That
They already
speaks-
have the anti-review bomb tech.
That speaks so well to both, Call of Duty's marketing team.
It's just
The
Call of Duty,
player
right?
base as
like
a
the
whole.
game is Call of Duty. That's what it's called now. Like you just get DLC basically, right? It's like glorified DLC.
Yeah, you just pay
The
60
game
bucks
comes
for
out
it.
this month. Like the multiplayer comes out. None of us are gonna play it,
No.
obviously, but we're gonna play Warzone because that's what we always do. We always have to check out the new Warzone.
Is there a new Warzone with this? Is that what's happening?
Yes, and you know what?
yeah.
This is the first time that the old skins carry over to the new game.
Wow.
Unlike before, where you had skins in the original Warzone, and that would have been nice to like carry over
I
John
know.
McClane,
I
but
lost John McClane.
you lost it. But now,
It's-
like they like satisfy because people are like, hey, like why do I buy skins if?
You're just gonna
So
replace
my Burger King dude is gonna carry over.
it. That's all that matters, James.
That's all that matters.
That's pretty
That's
funny.
all that- All right. Well, I just wanted to tell you that, Ted, because I really thought of you in that.
That's incredible. What?
Wonderful
There
news.
somewhere there is a middle manager at Call of Duty in the Call of Duty studios, just like breathing a sigh of relief,
Oh, thank
just-
God.
having dodged the bullet.
Who would have
Well,
thought naming these games the same thing twice would work out to our advantage?
Oh my god.
I wonder when Microsoft just like takes a hold and starts like being like, hey,
Yeah.
none of this anymore.
You got to imagine, like, Call of Duty 2025 will have
Yeah.
Microsoft's fingers upon it.
Well, I wonder if they take a break, like they don't do a 2024.
The thing
What do you
makes
think?
so much money.
Yeah.
It's like a
They're in the
guaranteed,
hole-
like,
They're in the
$100
whole
million, $100
$69
billion.
billion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll get Call of Duty World at War 2.
Oh, please don't.
A nice reprieve. No, they can't do that because for the next 3 years, it's just going to be their Warzone map recycled into the campaign with shitty dialogue over it.
That's the problem with this campaign.
Well, that's
right?
like
Yes.
the campaign was just Warzone, from what I heard, right?
Yeah, they're
You
called
dropped
like
it. They had to go find weapons.
yeah, they're called like open world missions, which are supposed to be like tactical and freewheeling, but it's just Warzone against dumb bots.
It's crazy though how different it is from the previous game's campaign, which I really liked. And it was like you came in fully tacked. It reminded me of Call of Duty 4's campaign, which is
Yeah.
really good. You came in there fully tacked, got your sniper, you were going in. And this one apparently you just drop in, try to find your weapons, and for some reason they're like golden weapons, rare weapons.
I was
So
going to
it's
say the
literally
rarities
Warzone.
carry over, so you can pick over like a green assault rifle, which is not as good as the purple assault rifle somewhere else on the map.
That just
Obviously.
sucks.
Obviously deals less damage.
Yeah.
we're gonna table this topic because we are gonna talk about this in 2 weeks.
Yeah, we're pressed for time here.
We're trying to solve games as a service in 2 weeks, right, Ted? That's what we're doing.
2 weeks?
Yeah,
2 weeks.
yeah. We have 2 weeks to fix the entire problem.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We've each come to the table with roughly 10 games. We're gonna kind of go through all of our 10 games, and together, strategically, we're gonna come up with a list of 10 games that Side Escape recommends you play. They could be the great games of the past, they could be the modern hits, they could be history lessons, they could be whatever you want them to be for you. I want to know though, what are the 10 games that we kind of recommend as a quote unquote company? So you guys all brought together 10 games. Ted?
Yes.
How many games did you bring, and how many more than 10 do you have on your list?
I have 2 more than 10, but I have a lot of parentheses with alternative options.
Okay, I love this because I kind of did some of that too.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Is there someone that wants to start first, to go through their 10 first?
So I have a quick question before we get started.
Of course, yeah. Any questions, stipulations?
Yeah, I took this list to mean more of like, not like games history education, but like if these two hands had never picked up a controller in your life, like what could you start with working from 10 to 1 to get you like up to speed? So a lot of my options here might not make sense, so I might have to explain them a little bit.
Love it.
Yeah.
I'm going to be very clear. We don't have the time for you to give detailed pitches on every single game.
We're gonna argue.
But we're gonna argue.
Should I go first then?
Yeah, James, I feel like you should go first.
I could just rattle them off.
Rattle them off, James. Rattle them off.
And if you do have any questions, because we're probably gonna have duplicates on something.
Yeah, but I feel like that'll make it easier.
I think I have a little bit more than 10, but it's just one, like where it's like a alternate.
Okay, I kind of know as
well. I started off with my game, Witcher 3.
Yep.
I feel like you could just start with that game. So Witcher 3 first.
It's on my list. Yep. I think we're gonna have
Hades. As like it's
one Hades is gonna be on every one of our lists. I think we can just all admit right there.
Halo 3. You just go in, play Halo 3.
Okay.
Don't even care about Halo 1 or Halo 2.
Interesting.
Yeah. Modern Warfare 4.
Well, okay. Can I ask a question? Is this Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, or is this Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 that will be released in 2 years from now?
Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare 2000. The first, not the remaster, the original. Mario Kart Double Dash.
Okay.
I try to go like full spectrum.
Yeah.
Half-Life 2.
Okay.
Portal 2. I put Portal 2. I feel like if you're gonna play Portal, you're gonna play Portal 2. So that's just one game.
Sure.
Last of Us.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you play the remastered, the most recent.
Part
Last
1.
Of Us.
Yeah.
Part 1. Yeah. Disco Elysium. I was thinking like more of like if you're not really a gamer, like you can just point and click and enjoy a really good story type feel.
Yeah.
Like Minecraft.
Yep.
And then last Yakuza 0.
Yakuza 0. Interesting list.
Yeah, those are my 10.
Like it. I like it.
It's not like my top 10, but it's like what I thought like I can like get all.
Yeah, concise.
My web, and then bring them in.
I like that a lot. I'm gonna go next. I'm gonna read out my 10.
Yep.
Do it.
I wrote down James's 10 on my little.
Thank you.
I'm writing it down.
Yeah, it's gonna be good for all of us to kind of have that. Okay, so the 10 games that I would recommend you play now would be The Last of Us Part 1. So first Last of Us, however you want to play it. Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. Resident Evil Remake 2 or 4, but I'm leaning more towards 2. I put 4 kind of on there if other people were going to say that. Elden Ring.
Okay.
Elden Ring. Returnal. Hades. Portal 2. Red Dead 2. Hollow Knight. And then I have Witcher 3 or Cyberpunk 2077. Ooh, I probably would recommend Cyberpunk over Witcher, but I know the Witcher fandom here will take the Witcher to the next level. So
Cyberpunk's good.
But Cyberpunk,
I think Witcher 3 for me is a little bit deeper on my story. But I don't know. The DLC, like, really, we have not talked about Cyberpunk.
Oh, so you finished it all. Okay. That's super sick.
Yeah, I finished it all. Finished the
you finished
DLC
the main story too?
And the main story. Yeah, and I got the... You know how I was like texting you? Like, Pan Am was, like, being annoying? I just, out of spite, just did all of the mission, did everything for them. And I got, like, the Pan Am ending, which... It's good. It's interesting.
That's interesting.
I don't know what other endings I could have had.
Yeah, there's a lot of them apparently.
Yeah. So, but the DLC I think was way better than the ending.
Oh yeah, Phantom Liberty is really cool. Like,
really, really good.
I
Like,
think it's-
I don't know why. It just really like heart-to-hearted the main character and like sort of the struggle.
And I think it also gives like a really good like connection to Keanu Reeves' Johnny Silverhand. Like it's all really well thought out. It's
very good.
deep.
Yeah, it's
deep.
It's why I think they can really succeed with a live action show.
Yeah, I'm excited for the
With
second
this,
Cyberpunk
with this
game.
type of writing. And I think we talked about this really early when we were doing Starfield, and you jumped to Cyberpunk like pretty right when your save was wiped and all that. And it's just clear what level Cyberpunk is on with storytelling versus Starfield.
Yo, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
CD Projekt Red can tell a story. No Bethesda game on your list, James, at all. Shocked.
No, I can't.
Shocked.
Can't do it.
I'm shook.
Do it. Maybe it would have been like Fallout 4.
Yeah, that's what I was guessing that was gonna be on your list, but I was gonna really fight you on that one.
Yeah, I'm not. I can't do it. There's just when I my memory like thinking about it, like it just can't recommend a Bethesda game right now.
Skyrim would be the only one that I'd be like,
Yes,
Skyrim, but like it's like I don't have an attachment to Skyrim like I do with Witcher 3. So
you never played Skyrim.
I don't have attachment to Skyrim like I do with Witcher 3.
Skyrim.
So,
10.
So
what are your 12? What are your 12 games?
It's okay. We don't need to last. I got 10.
Okay, don't sound so defeated.
Yeah. My list is so different than yours.
Oh no!
I think I may have interpreted this question differently when you texted
I
it
figured
out.
10 was going to come up with some weird ass shit.
But it's not like
let's hear the Atari games that Ted's going to recommend. Galaga,
Atari slot machine, baby. Okay,
Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine.
Berserk.
Okay. Number 10 is Tetris.
Yep.
Number 2 is I put any Mega Man.
Hold on. You just put number 10 and number 2.
Sorry, you're right.
Just don't number them. Don't number them.
Your list is completely wrong.
You're right. Sorry. Number 9.
Thank you.
Number 9. I'm going to say Mega Man 2.
This is so different. I love it.
Yep. Okay. Number 3 is Super Mario Odyssey.
Okay.
Number 4 is Portal, parentheses Portal 2.
So Portal 2 is on this list, guaranteed.
Number 5 is XCOM.
Okay.
Number 6 is Dishonored, the first one.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll explain myself later.
Yeah.
Number 7 is Sony Spider-Man 2018.
Ooh.
Okay, and then we get into the weird stuff.
That wasn't the weird stuff.
Yeah. Number 3 is Game Dev Tycoon.
What?
Ted, do you remember Nightmare?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Nightmare? James, I created the greatest video game IP of all time. It's called...
We'll have to explain this game to James because he wasn't there.
I wasn't there.
Okay.
I don't know. That's what I was like.
So let me keep going, and then I'll discuss my options afterwards. Number 2 is Inscription.
Oh shit!
And number 1...
I don't come out of the gate with that one.
Yeah. Number 1 is Hitman. World of Assassination.
The newer
Hitman
ones.
That's like the one with all the Hitmans.
Yeah. The new.
The one Hitman. The one hit to man them all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
I'm gonna call it the Hitman trilogy.
How do I like your list?
I believe it's called the World of Assassination.
So James, you want to decide just between our two lists? We want to do wildly different stuff.
Yeah, well, we could and all the similarity ones.
Okay,
we just
so we know for
Hades
certain,
and Portal.
Yeah, Ted, Hades is not on your list.
It was not on my list.
Are you okay with it being on ours?
Inscription was though.
It can easily make Side Escape list.
Yeah, Hades and Portal 2 are locks.
Yep.
That's where we're at.
So my justification with a lot of these games is I kind of took general categories or types of games and then put loosely my favorite into each one. So things like Spider-Man could easily be swapped out for like a God of War as like a very theatrical presentation kind of a game. And you can kind of see where the other ones go, like best 2D game, best 3D game, best game to teach you 3D controls on a controller, that kind of stuff.
That's Super Mario.
That's how I felt about Last of Us.
Yeah, that's Super Mario. Or I put parentheses, any 3D platformer. Just, have you ever given a controller to somebody who doesn't play games?
Yeah.
They don't use their right thumb to look, and it's hilarious.
If they're not a kid, because then when you're an adult, you don't have that trained. So it's
yeah, exactly. So the first 3 games that I mentioned there are all to kind of like teach you how to use a controller, for lack of a better term.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. And then XCOM is just there to frustrate you.
That's to teach you about loss.
Yeah, we can understand that some video games aren't really that fun.
Why do we suffer?
Yeah, like there are some great games on
Well,
here.
you should have recommended the Gears of War one.
Oh.
No, that one's bad.
No,
that one's bad because you don't learn about loss. You don't lose
anybody.
Yeah. Like you can play all of Spider-Man, and at no point you're like, if Mary Jane dies, I have to keep playing without her. Like that doesn't happen in Spider-Man, you know?
Can that be the plot of Spider-Man 3? Is it any time you can lose your friends and family? That's Peter Parker's
and they're
fear.
like Iron Man mode, they are dead, but Peter Parker has to keep playing.
He has to keep going.
He has to keep going.
Did you what ending did you get? Oh, dude, everybody was dead in my Spider-Man 3 ending.
Everybody's dead. Yeah, that's why XCOM's on this list, because it teaches you about loss.
I love that. I would say instead of Spider-Man, let's put The Last of Us Part 1 as like the Sony cinematic game. That kind of what
I'm into it.
Cool with
Yeah,
that?
that works.
Cool with that?
Yep.
I like that. Yeah.
So we got 3. Hades.
Well,
Portal 2.
we're putting The Witcher 3 on there for you, James.
Okay. Well, I mean, we both had it on our list, so.
Yeah. I mean, I put it on there for you.
Thanks.
I'm into it. Yeah.
And okay. So Ted, Dishonored. I'm not a big Dishonored person.
Right.
I like.
Are you not?
I mean, I don't dislike it. It's not.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people include Dishonored as like
the second one was really bad for me. So
it's so funny because that's like everyone's favorite thing.
I hate it. It's awful. It's completely removes what the first one did, if that makes sense. Like what Corvo did in the first one.
Oh, story-wise?
The second one is just like a shitty revenge type plot.
Yeah.
The first one is perfect.
Yeah, I put Dishonored on this list because after playing games like Starfield and even Cyberpunk, there's so many of these games that come out where like you can go down the path of stealth, like a stealth action game, but like you're not actually a stealth master until the end.
Hitman.
I do. But that's because Hitman teaches you about real life. But like Dishonored, I put on this list because like you are already kind of a superpowered, over the top stealth character. Okay. I think a Metal Gear could also go in this position.
Ooh, because I was gonna say, like, would you put Deathloop?
That would be another one. Just a game where you're already what you're supposed to be, and the game is about having fun with that, as opposed to like building up to being a stealth archer or stealth master.
Shook everything. I like that. Okay, James, you were piqued by Metal Gear.
Yeah, I was piqued by Metal Gear. I think I would like a Metal Gear game, and I think what do? You do 5? Like
no.
You wouldn't want to put Metal Gear on this list.
Yeah, Metal Gear 5 is a great game that is completely incomprehensible.
That is true. I don't think like someone starting to play video games, I would be like, "Yo, check out Metal Gear Solid 5."
Yeah, no.
You're gonna slide right into this game.
Absolutely not.
Well, then maybe here. So this is for like a stealth type category.
Yeah,
right? Dishonored's good.
Well, I think stealth.
Hitman is not bad. Like
think of a game that like gives you the premise, tells you what it is, and then lets you go do it really well. And I'll leave that
Dishonored or Deathloop.
I'll leave that completely up to interpretation. Deathloop is a great choice for that.
I'm down to put Dishonored on the list. I just don't have a connection to it. But if you guys want Dishonored on there, James is very high on it. I'm down with that.
I love Dishonored, so I'd be okay with Dishonored if you.
That is that you too? Are you a Dishonored man?
I think Dishonored is a great. If you were to tell someone like, "What's my first stealth action game?" I think Dishonored is a great pick.
And let's not worry about the count of what we put on this final list, and then we'll go through it again. So just let's.
Okay.
I think Hitman Trilogy. I'm going to put on there. I think that would be.
Yeah, I like having it.
Greatest game of all time.
It's not, but yeah, it's good. I would also. I'm going to be a really big proponent for Elden Ring.
Yes, I agree. You got to have a Souls-like, and it's the best one.
I think you got to have a Souls-like.
Probably ever that will ever be made. Even the clones that have coming out recently,
not
like
over a Bloodborne.
I prefer Elden Ring over Bloodborne. I know Bloodborne is a lot of people's favorites, but I prefer Elden Ring, and I think that also kind of gets your kind of open world. Here's what games are, kind of vibe.
I mean, we still have like Elden Ring DLC coming out. Like it's still gonna be good.
Ring DLC, that's wild.
Everyone's gonna come back to Elden Ring and be like, "Wow, this game is still good."
What do I do? I need to beat my my new game plus of that. Okay, James, I'm looking over your list. You got a lot of shooters. I like it.
I grew up with a lot of shooters.
I never played Half-Life. Half-Life goes in this list. Half-Life 2.
I don't think we do Half-Life 2. When I think about someone like first starting out playing a game, I don't think I put them in the Half-Life 2.
I'd give him Portal 2 over Half-Life 2.
I'd give him Portal 2 over Half-Life. Yeah.
I would drop.
If we're gonna put a Valve game, let's do Portal or Portal.
Yeah.
I put Portal 2 because it's like Actually, you don't really need to play Portal.
I think you can just do Portal 2.
You can just do Portal 2.
I think you can.
I kind of consider them the same.
They are.
I
kind of the same
consider
thing.
Like, if you
the
buy
same.
Portal 2, you get Portal 1 for free. It's just part of the deal.
If you play Portal 2, you're gonna want to go play Portal 1.
You give a mouse a cookie.
Yeah.
Let's do Portal 2. Portal 2.
The Half-Life series and the Portal series are both kind of teaching you how to use a mouse and keyboard to a certain degree, or the various different ways in which you can
play controller,
play a game. And I would pick Portal 2 over Half-Life.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
The thing is, Portal is like when it first starts out, it's very boring. I would say Portal 1 because it's just like do this, and then the game like turns on its head, and you're like, oh whoa. Portal 2 just starts that
Portal
way.
2
like,
is
really
a
funny,
game
really
from
quirky.
the get-go. It's a story from the go.
It's a great story from the go. So Portal 2.
Okay, I like that.
Um,
I'm gonna
8 games.
I'm gonna really push for Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom, but I'm
okay.
10.
I mean, for me, if we're putting in my brain, I put these games into various different kinds of categories, and I would put it in the same place as Elden Ring. They both teach you how open worlds work. They're both tough but fair. They're both emergent.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm gonna put those next to each other so I can make a hard choice later on. Okay. I gotta kill one. I gotta kill one of my babies. We'll decide that eventually.
I wanted to put a racing type game, and so that's why I put Double Dash because that's like what I have the most fond memories of.
Yep.
But if you guys had like something that was, I was thinking also Grand Theft Auto. I didn't put on my list. I was thinking like Grand Theft Auto 5. Like, but that's open world and not really a driving game. Even though it is. I wonder what Gunnar would say.
Ooh, that's a good point. I wonder what he would say.
I think.
But he's not on the Sideescape Gaming podcast, James.
So we don't care.
Not yet.
It's like Gran Turismo. Do you have any Did you guys ever play it? Or
I would recommend the newest Mario Kart probably over anything.
I was gonna say,
you know what? Newest Mario Kart. It's sustained like so much, and it has DLC that keeps.
I was gonna say at this point they're about to have every map that's ever been in a Mario Kart.
Even if it's been in an arcade, a phone, Mario Kart 8, Deluxe.
Mario Kart 8.
Because it's
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Supreme.
Genuinely, that if you were to
large.
like baby's first video game might genuinely be
Mario
the
Kart.
newest Mario Kart.
Mario Kart, yeah.
I think it's like the perfect game to just recommend something.
Yep.
I don't need to have any other Mario on this game or on this list.
No, neither do I.
Yeah, that's fine. Cut a Mario.
All right, last game.
Is this really our last game? Let's throw everything else on there, and then we'll see. All right. Do we want any?
How about we do like alternates, like Hades or Returnal? Like just put the I don't know.
I'd rather have Returnal over, or I'd rather Hades over Returnal.
Yeah, I was gonna say Hades, Returnal, or Inscription as being great examples of like a roguelike.
Yeah. Do we want Inscription on this list?
I don't think so. I don't think you recommend this game. Inscription is too wild to start with.
I kind of agree.
It's too wild.
I think
you gotta be.
I would put Hades over Inscription.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I think Hades is a game you pick up. You're like, this is a fucking game. You don't think so?
What shooter do we have out here? By the
way? I bought my girlfriend Hades for the Switch.
Well,
and
she's a Red Sox fan, so
she gave it back to me and said, "You die a lot in this game."
That's the point.
She wasn't into it. She wasn't into it.
That's so funny. We do not have a shooter.
Last game is a shooter. I want to make a case for Halo 3. If you could start playing Halo with just Halo 3. That music, the soundtrack is incredible. The story is amazing. It actually ends the whole series.
It doesn't.
But
Halo 4.
Well, it was supposed to end the whole series.
It ends the thing.
It ends the trilogy.
It ends the thing in the start, you know?
Yeah, Halo 4 was like, we go back to the beginning.
We're not recommending Halo 4 to anybody.
No.
Or Halo 5
Reach
or
maybe.
Halo.
Reach maybe.
Reach is interesting. I would probably recommend Halo 3 over Reach.
Yes, that's why I say Halo 3.
I think you might be the only person with insight here. So without spoileries, Spec Ops: The Line, you don't think that's a good... That game always comes up as like
It's a great game. It's such a good game.
I'm surprised it wasn't on your list, but I haven't played it, so I can't speak to it.
First off, you should just play Spec Ops: The Line. You would absolutely dig it. It's phenomenal. It's one of those games. It's like I think it's tough with certain games. Like I recommended the Uncharted series to Kyle the other day, our friend, and I was like, start on 2 because you as a modern player sitting through 1, you're not gonna want to go on after playing Uncharted 1. I think Spec Ops is kind of like that, where it's like it's a game that's really good, really creative, but it probably doesn't hold up 100%. Like it's probably a little jank worse for wear kind of.
It's on my list, but I'm gonna play The Last of Us first. So
I wanna replay the Halo 3 campaign really badly.
I'm okay with putting Halo 3 on this list. I'm into it. I think it's kind of a fun, weird callbacky game. Ted's not into it.
I'll put it on the list, but I'm here to see it cut
Halo.
over some other options that we have.
How does Halo not make a recommendation list?
Just think it's Halo's in the past, dog. Halo's games
Yeah,
in the past.
like I have a lot of intense personal nostalgia for Halo, but if you strip that away, I don't know if it holds up.
Master Chief Collection, Halo 3.
It holds up.
It holds up.
Bro, holds up.
It holds up. Trust James. Just trust James on this one, man. We're putting on the list. We'll come back to it. That's gonna be one of the.
Okay. I mean, the other shooter, I put COD 4.
And I like. There's part of me likes COD 4 too, but it's also like that's such a moment.
I do like COD 4.
I like COD 4.
Yeah, but like
over Halo.
I think you can go back and play Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare and experience what the moment they were going for in 2006, 2007. It's not going to hit the same. We left all of those countries, but
did we?
Like, kind of.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'd rather probably put Modern Warfare 4 on the list than Halo
Modern
3.
Warfare 4 or COD 4 Modern Warfare?
No, it's in 2 years, James. It's Modern Warfare 4, and I'm ready for it to be on our list.
Yeah,
it's when they're really going to nail Call of Duty.
All right, 2025. I would be okay with COD 4 Modern Warfare because that campaign was.
I think the campaign is stronger,
defined.
and the multiplayer was like.
The multiplayer was way better.
Yeah.
Halo 3 though, the custom games were great, but
were
the
great.
Multiplayer in COD 4 Modern Warfare was.
That is kind of a side discussion here of like you can't really go back and play Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare's multiplayer anymore.
No.
You can go back and play Halo 3's. I mean, I don't mean the Master Chief Collection.
Yes.
I just mean like.
But it is Master Chief Collection.
But even without that, because there is Modern Warfare 4 remastered. God, I'm doing it. Call of Duty remastered. But like even with split screen, like multiplayer options are still there in the original Xbox 360 disc.
Wow.
That cannot be said from Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare.
That's an interesting argument to this. We are recommending this today, and Halo 3 is a better.
Yeah, like it would be a fair recommendation to say, oh, it was great back then, but you'll never experience it.
All right, I'm into keeping Halo 3 over Warfare. You convinced me. Convince me on that.
Good.
I didn't want to do that.
You didn't.
But
you convinced me of it though. So it sucks to be you.
Yeah.
Okay, XCOM's not going on the list. Sorry, Ted. XCOM is fun, but it's just not.
How else are you going to teach somebody about loss? Name a game on here where something truly horrific to your game can happen, but you have to press on.
I say we make our list really quick and we wrap up, and that's our list.
James is so done.
No. We have obligations after this, and it seems like they might be in jeopardy, and I don't want to have them in jeopardy.
James wants to play Baldur's Gate so much more than do this podcast.
Why don't we fucking just make a list and be done with it?
We just fucking wrap this episode up.
We've chosen 10.
We've done 150 of these fucking shows.
Yeah, we've chosen 10 from your 2 lists.
We put
Ted. Ted, we got
Ted, you have 2
Hitman is right there, Ted. That's your top game.
That's true. We have Hitman. Is Hitman on the list?
Hitman is on the list.
James, I got 9 games. What's your 10?
10 games. Here we go. Witcher 3, Hades, Portal 2, Last of Us, Dishonored, Hitman Trilogy, Elden Ring, Portal 2, Halo 3, Mario.
We cut Mario.
Mario Kart 8.
We have Mario Kart 8.
Oh, shoot.
10
you're
games.
Right. Go through that one more time a little slower.
It's 10 games. Okay, so Mario Kart 8, Witcher 3, Hades, Portal 2, Last of Us, Dishonored, Hitman Trilogy, Elden Ring, Portal 2, Halo 3. Thanks for watching, everyone.
James, close it out. Close out the show, motherfucker. Close it out. Thank you so much for watching the 150th episode of Sidescape Gaming Podcast. James is clearly done with this show, everyone, so we will see you next week. And we picked our 10 games.
Number 1.
Hitman
is number 1 on our list.
Yeah, you have to play one game in your life. It's play Hitman. It teaches you the most about loss.
Yep, I snuck into the Giants VIP lounge using Hitman tactics.
Really?
It worked. Yeah, it worked.
Did you strangle a guy, put him in the bathroom, and take his clothes, or what did you do?
Did you walk out with a tray?
I just came up for a reason that I needed to be there, and then deferred responsibility to somebody else. So whenever someone came up to me, I was just like, he actually told me to go this way. And they're like, oh, sorry, sir. Keep going. And it worked, and we just hung out in the VIP lounge.
Pretty dope.
I got drinks.
Did you meet any VIPs?
All you need is confidence and just a reason to be there, and everybody without a little white dot over their head leaves you alone.
In real life too, at the Giants game as well. It's crazy.
In real life, and at baseball games.
Yeah, wow. All right, well, we'll see you next week with a big review recap of Alan Wake 2, Spider-Man 2, and Forza Motorsport 55 or whatever. I don't know. There's a lot.
Alan Wake 2 is amazing, by the way.
Oh, it's good to know.
Jake, I think that's a game that you need to play.
Is it gonna spook me out? Is it gonna be spooky?
It's the thing is, I think it might be too scary for you, but so it's like an Until Dawn type spook.
I want to play it, but then I was reading about the intro where you're like being hunted and stuff, and I was like, I'm not gonna be able to get through that. Let's see. All right, we'll see you later, guys.